Hello and welcome back to Party Trick Astrology. I'm Nina.
I'm Shaina. Oh my god, I also wanted to point this out. Even though we always introduce, for the most part, we've been introducing ourselves in the beginning, people still are like, the one on the left.
Yeah.
Like,
so, one more time for the people in the back. I'm Nina.
I'm Shaina.
AKA the condescending bitch in a white shirt.
Is that what's And in case you're wondering, this was mine. I got 2 of them.
Oh yeah, she's doing it in another video.
Yeah, but we have different ones.
Okay, so if you couldn't tell by the title already, God, we're such YouTubers.
You are. I didn't say any of that
Okay.
shit. That was really mean.
So if you couldn't tell by the title already, this is top 10 astrological party tricks.
No, you really are a YouTuber because you like messed up a word. But normally they would be like, oh my god, I'm ridiculous. You know, and they would like zoom in on their face. Yeah, basically. That's perfect.
Because our channel is called Party Trick Astrology because we would read natal charts at parties, and we found that no matter how into it someone is or not, these are pretty much, I would say, the top 10 that people react to no matter what, and they're like, oh my god, so true.
You're just like, whoever they are, just like, we got you, bitch. Some of these have even brought upon tears. So this is some real ass shit. So if you don't know much about astrology, but you just know like maybe a few things about sun and moon, or like have a basic understanding of it, remember some of these things, you can be
so impressive.
So impressive.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is in no order, by the way.
Yeah, kind of just how we thought of them.
Yeah.
But this first one...
Actually, no, this is the first one. This isn't in order. This first one is 100% the best one.
Yeah. I mean, we've had people who are like, no. Like, I don't believe in astrology at all. And then you say this, and you just see their face like...
And they're just like...
And this is Saturn retrograde or intercepted.
Basically, you're just like, lack of fatherly presence in your life?
Yeah.
Or, you know, maybe they weren't there, they were too controlling.
Or they just weren't a parent.
You didn't know, like, their lessons or what they were...
Right. There is a difference between retrograde and intercepted, but they both do mean, like, no fatherly presence in your life. With retrograde, it's kind of a situation of you weren't taught fatherly lessons, so you disciplined yourself. That's the biggest difference, is the self-discipline that Saturn energy turned inwards. And then Saturn intercepted is like, your chart just like took that father figure completely out of your life.
Yeah, and even if like, maybe even this could be a situation as like crazy as like they were in jail your whole life, or maybe they just like traveled a lot and just went around, or worked like 3 jobs.
Or they could have been really, like I find this specifically with Saturn retrograde, they could have been really present in your life but just been a bad father.
Yeah,
and you just disciplined yourself.
Yeah, because they didn't really do much. So yeah, that one I got a tear from before, and I was like,
oh yeah, no, I've gotten like earth-shattering, like, I still don't believe in it though. That's the #1 party trick, really.
Now
Number
these are in no order.
is 6th house moon. This is also, I've gotten a reaction from someone, one of the most resistant people to astrology ever. I've gotten a reaction from this. The moon is obviously your emotions, blah, blah, blah. We have like a whole video on Virgo moon, 6th house moon. But emotions connected to the Virgo house, the house that rules the stomach, is that you have sensitive digestion and you really feel your emotions viscerally in your stomach. Like, there's such a big reaction from people like that.
Also, I will say, like, quickly, also when I say, if your routine is fucked up, you're fucked up for the rest of the day.
Oh, yes. If you are sick, like physically sick, there's an emotional reason to it. Or it affects you emotionally. Or this person, whoever you're reading this for. Not you necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know what, but it definitely is like a moon placement in a house. Like, it's one of the strongest opinions for some reason.
Number 3 is Scorpio moon, rising, strong Scorpio placements. Basically, favorite colors, red and black.
Like, this is so, just like, the amount of people that are going through my mind that I'm like, yep, is insane right now. Like, it's just like everybody that I know that has like a strong Scorpio placement like that is like, yeah, red and black at some point in their life.
We got a lot of comments on our Scorpio moon video where we mentioned this. A lot of people are like, well, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
And it's such a party trick too. It's like something so easy, just like, oh, your favorite colors are red and black. I'm like, how the fuck does astrology know?
I don't even think I've ever read that. I think we just...
Read that? No, I've never. It's just,
duh.
It is what it is. Number 4 is interceptions.
This one's a little bit more advanced. It's not as party trick because you do have to know more about astrology to understand this one. But once you know it, it's like one of the first things that I will tell somebody about their chart because of the reaction it gets.
Actually, this is kind of like sadistic, but when I see an interception in a chart, I like get excited because I'm like, oh yes, they're gonna react to this.
That's so true. Well, I also get excited too because I'm like, they understand.
Yeah, they understand. Like when you have an interception, you're like, oh, someone else gets it.
Yeah. So we have a whole video on intercepted signs.
We have 2.
Yeah, we have 2. But so if you want to know about like what means what, then definitely like check out those videos. But just in general, when you see that, just like know like that's gonna get to a person. That like gonna hit deep and hit hard.
And there's just like there's some really easy buzzwords when talking about interceptions.
Aries, Libra is so easy. Like Libra, oh, no relationship, like you never saw a good relationship growing up. Aries, you can't really stand up for yourself. And then people will be like, you know.
Number 5 is erogenous zones.
Yeah, this doesn't go for everyone.
Yeah, it doesn't go for every single one. Like I don't really know anyone who I've been like, oh, you're an Aquarius, your erogenous zone is the calf, and they're like, oh yeah, baby. Like no. And it's pretty easy to remember the erogenous zones because they go from head to foot from Aries to Pisces. Also another thing to remember about erogenous zones is that there is like this sexy tone to it, but it's really just a part of your body that is more sensitive, and this is seen in your sun sign and Mars sign, so you can get a double whammy or like 2 chances to get a good erogenous zone to describe someone.
I always think of like Taurus as one of the number ones because it's the neck.
No, I agree.
So they'll like accessorize their neck. You'd be like maybe joking or something.
Yeah, no.
Cancer boobs always.
Oh yeah.
That's huge.
And a lot of times they won't want to admit it, but then there's some people who are just like, oh yeah.
It just depends. Girls would be like, I love my boobs. Like I'll even just hear Cancers say it without even like any context. And Pisces, you think of like foot fetish.
Virgo's the stomach, that sometimes gets reaction. With Aries, like the head isn't like a really sexy part, but you can ask them if they get a lot of headaches. And with Taurus, you can ask if they have a thyroid issue or if they have like lose their voice easily.
Geminis talk with their hands.
Oh yeah, Geminis talk with their hands. And like hand is a weird like erogenous zone, but it's basically just like wanting to explore and touch with their hands.
Libra's the lower back, it can be the butt, so maybe that's something.
Yeah, and then Sag is like the thigh and butt area.
Capricorn is the knee, which either like maybe they have a lot of knee injuries. I found that with a lot of Capricorn people, they'll say they have knee injuries, or they're just like guys might touch their knee when they're interested. I don't know.
Speaking from experience?
Yeah, 100%. Like it's really creepy and weird how they're just like, oh, I see that you're a Capricorn. They go like straight for the knee.
Yeah, and I've also had my like the calf is like one of the
weird. I think it is the weirdest.
Sexiest ones, but I've had people like touch my calf and I've liked it. But also like it kind of Aquarius also kind of rules the ankles. So you might have cracky ankles, and as a Capricorn, you can have cracky knees.
Oh. Yes.
So I think that's it for erogenous zones. Number 6 is 7th house sun.
So what I say when people have a 7th house sun, because I also have a 7th house sun, I think that this gets a really big reaction too, is that it's kind of like you're looking in a mirror and you're trying to see what you look like, you're trying to view yourself subjectively, and you're like looking at the mirror and just thinking, but like what do I look like? You just like can't see yourself from an outsider's point of view, and a lot of times something big that gets everybody's that a lot of 7th house suns will look to their friend when they're younger and like try to become them because they see things that they like in somebody else, so they'll try to do that. A lot of 7th house suns will be like, oh my god, yeah, I did that growing up, or I do that like even with somebody maybe famous, they might do that with. It's just something that is like, I think because it's something that's so hard to describe in non-astrological terms.
Yeah.
That it's like astrology gives me and gives like everyone else, like 7th house signs, a way to express what they mean when they have this experience that they didn't think anybody else has had. So that I think is like one that's like pretty cool, because it blew my mind when I heard it. Like it genuinely like blew out my fucking brain. So
and a lot of times it doesn't necessarily mean something romantic, but you can find people who, for example, find themselves in relationships.
A lot of 7th house stuff can lead to.
Yeah, but not necessarily.
Exhibit A.
Number 7 is
I like
is a very niche one.
Yeah. But when you find it, you're just like, found
you're
it.
like gonna get it. If you are well versed in the Mars signs and you know someone is gay, you can tell whether they are a top or a bottom.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and if you're not well versed in the Mars signs, then here's the real fast party trick.
Not all of them have a distinct one though, but there are some that are obvious tops and bottoms. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But the most distinct one, I think, is
Virgo.
Virgo. If you know someone who is gay, like a gay male specifically, because like honestly I don't know how lesbian sex works.
It's just this. I'm kidding.
I at least know it's not that. Right. So if you have a gay male who has a Mars in Virgo, they are a bottom. Like you can
100%.
You can bank on it. You can read their chart and be like, oh, you're a bottom, and they'll be like, what? How did you know?
And oh my gosh, one that you wouldn't think is a top but probably will be is a Mars in Cancer, because basically like they have like a shell, and they don't want to be penetrated, so you'd think that like Mars in Cancer is a softer sign, but like no, they're like no, it's closed. I'm my shell, I'm the top. Maybe they'll be like a submissive top, like they're like on the bottom. I don't know if that's humanly possible. I'm not a gay man. Surprise. What's another one? Aries top. Any fire sign Mars will probably be a top. I think Mars and Capricorn will be more of a top. They have a lot of like even Scorpio influence. They're gonna be like, I'm the dominating one. Anywho.
Number 8 is strong oppositions and squares, especially when it's related to the personal planets, like opposite sun and moon.
I'd say like rising sun and moon are where I look for the oppositions and squares to talk to people about.
And that is something that's similar to the 7th house thing. It's really hard to describe in non-astrological terms. So it's really comforting for someone, for example, with a sun-moon opposition, to be able to know like what the hell is going on with them.
Yeah, it kind of gives, exactly. So, for example, if you were to see somebody who has like a sun-moon opposition, you'd be like, you're just constantly being pulled two ways. Like your ego's telling you one thing and your emotions are telling you another. Like rising square your sun would be like your ego is in constant conflict with the person that you come across to as everyone. I've seen charts that have like a grand square, which is like an opposition, and then like 2 squares between their sun, moon, and rising. And that's always a big thing of just like you're being pulled like 3 different directions, and you don't know, like you're being seen as something, and then people get to know you, they see something else, but then the people who really know you're this person, and you just kind of come across as like all these different personalities almost. If you have moon opposite ascendant, you're going to be somebody who like doesn't like small talk. You're going to want to get to somebody's emotions immediately, probably even like anything. I feel like moon with anything with your ascendant, you're even trying, like you'd still like in a good way, you'd want to get to know people's just emotions immediately and their like real inner life. You can't deal with that bullshit.
No.
Actually, somebody we know, he would like it if we give a shout out, Tyler. I don't know if you saw this video, but he is the same rising and sun, and then it both squares his moon, and so like you think you know him so well, and then he'll come off with this like other thing and just like throw it out of nowhere, and you're like, this is not who you are. But it's like so still you, and you're just like
especially because his sun and rising are Sagittarius and his moon is Pisces, he comes really across like a truth seeker. He's like one of the first people who, like, when we were like, oh, we're astrologers, he's like, I don't believe in anything that's not proven by science. But then he has a Pisces moon and he's into supernatural. He has
Yeah.
Superman tattoos on him.
Yeah, but it's like you wouldn't expect him to be into all these
No.
fantasy, like fake land things.
Yeah, and then he's like so adamant of like, not unless it's proven by science. Unless you can tell me what I like in bed.
Outed. Ow.
This next one requires a bit of a demonstration.
Oh, yes, it does.
And this is how you describe a Libra rising to someone with a Libra rising.
Okay, so I'm a Libra rising female. This is my BFF, Maggie, and we're talking about Nicole. Oh my god, did you see Nicole's skirt today? Like, what the fuck?
really
It was so
short,
ugly.
yeah.
Oh my god, here comes Nicole, right? Oh my god, it was so ugly. Oh my god, hi Nicole, you look so good today. Love your skirt. Oh my god, what the fuck is she wearing? That's Libra.
Maggie was a Cancer rising, if you couldn't tell.
I'm not saying Libra risings are always like this or this makes them bad people. They just want to be friendly and nice. Like, it's coming from that genuine place.
They
of
don't
just-
want any conflict.
Yeah,
They
like, they like being friendly and compliment people, and they don't want to be mean to people or anything.
And even if they think that her skirt is super ugly, they like still do feel like.
But she's it's okay because
We know a Libra rising who is like she's also an Aries moon and has Mars in the first house, so this might have something to do with it. But she'll be like, oh God, I hate this freaking person. They were being so annoying, but like, oh, she's a great person.
yeah.
You get the.
But that little skit's really good. A lot of Libra risers would be like, you just called me the fuck out. So.
Now, number 10. This one is also fail safe.
Yeah, in the craziest way. Like, I'll say to people who I'm like, this isn't true. They're gonna not believe in astrology, and it's fucking true.
Yeah, and that is that Pisces moon is an only child or the favorite child.
Yeah, and a lot of Pisces moon will be like, yeah, I don't know why, but yeah.
Or like they'll have a reaction like, ooh, yeah, that is true.
Yeah, a lot of them like don't even realize. Like, they're like, fuck. I had one that was like, yeah, like my other siblings have like kids and families and jobs, and I'm out here and I'm not doing anything, but my parents still like me best. It's just like I'm literally a deadbeat, and they love me.
Yeah, well, those are your 10 party tricks. Go out and read those charts at parties.
Yes.
You know, just gotta know the birth time for most of these, I think.
But we hope that you enjoyed, and hopefully some of these you find, if you have these in your chart, that you agree with and are true, and that you know.
Or if you know someone who's really skeptical about astrology and they have Saturn retrograde or intercepted,
Ooh,
just send them this video right here.
You know that meme that he like sprinkles it on? Have you seen that?
The salt.
The salt.
Yeah.
That's that. You just like sprinkle some Saturn retrograde
Here's
party
some-
tricks. Like, your dad
some
was a
truth.
present. I've never like referred to a meme for a joke before, but it was just too appropriate to pass up. But
Okay, well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed.
yes.
And see you around.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
How I win. How